Greetings of the day, dear students. In this video, we are going to discuss about the different components of low tension switchgear components, right? So here we are going to have different components like low voltage circuit breaker, and we will have switches, off-load electrical isolators, HRC fuses, earth leakage circuit breaker, miniature circuit breaker, molded case circuit breaker, MCCB, etc. Right? So all these are required to protect the LV system, low voltage system, or LT, low tension system. Here each component is having its own purpose in order to protect the equipment, right? Here if you observe their physical components, this is the low voltage circuit breaker, and this one is the low voltage switch, and here we are having off-load electrical isolators, and this is the HRC fuse, and this one earth leakage circuit breaker and off-load electrical isolator, and this is the MCB, and this one is the MCCB. Like this we are going to have different components in the low voltage switchgear, right? Coming to their purpose, the purpose of LV circuit breakers, if you observe, the circuit breaker is going to automatically trip when the current through it exceeds a predetermined value. So if the current rating, if during any abnormal condition, if there is any rise in the current through the device, then it is going to get automatically tripped, right? In lower current ratings, this automatic tripping of the circuit breaker will be accomplished by using of thermal tripping devices. Whereas if you observe the switch, this is an electrical component which will disconnect or connect the conducting path in an electrical circuit. So here it is going to interrupt the electric current, or it will divert it from one conductor to the another. That will be the purpose of a switch. Coming to the isolator or disconnectors, if you observe, as the name itself indicates, this is a switching or isolating device which its purpose is to disconnect the equipment or electrical circuit from the supply, right? Now as it is an offload device, that means that it can be operated only when current passing through it is zero. Right? Coming to the HRC fuse, high rupture capacity fuse, this is used to protect the high voltage switch gears or low voltage switch gears from short circuit conditions, right? Usually it is used as a backup security device. It is going to act like a backup security device, right? And this type of fuse is used in most of the motor starters, motor stators, right? And it is also used for protection of the electrical appliances such as motors, transformers, and some automobiles, etc., right? Coming to the earth leakage circuit breaker, this is a safety device used in electrical installation which is going to have high impedance in order to prevent the shock, right? If it is going to detect any small stray voltages on the metal enclosures of electrical equipment, and it is going to interrupt the circuit if the voltage level has exceeded any threshold value. If any threshold value has been exceeded, right, then it is going to get operated. Coming to the miniature circuit breaker, MCB, this is primarily designed to protect the cables and lines against the overload, that is thermal and short circuit conditions. So the care for protecting this electrical equipment against excessive temperature rises and destruction in the event of a short circuit. Under these conditions, it is going to take care if there is any temperature rises or under destruction in the event of a short circuit. This miniature circuit breaker is going to protect the equipment, right? Now a molded case circuit breaker, this is also a type of electrical protection device which is used to protect the electrical circuit from excessive current, and which can cause the overload or short circuit conditions. So like this we are having the different electrical equipment components are there of the LT switchgear, like circuit breaker, switch, isolator or disconnector, HRC fuses, earth leakage circuit breaker, and miniature circuit breaker, molded case circuit breaker. Each component is having its own functionality. Now if you observe the difference between the MCB and MCCB, MCB stands for miniature circuit breaker, MCCB stands for molded case circuit breaker. You can observe the difference in the current rating they can withstand or getting operated. For example, if the rated current is not more than 125 amperes, then we used to choose the MCB, and if the rated current is up to the 1600 amps, you can go for MCCB, right? Like this the differences we can observe between the MCB and MCCB, right? Now judging from their power capacities, MCB is mainly used for low braking capacity, whereas MCCB is mainly used in both low and high braking capacity requirements, mainly for industrial purpose, whereas MCB will be used mainly for domestical purpose, right? Yeah. Now for MCB, its trip characteristics are normally not adjustable, since they are used to serve the low power rating circuits, whereas for MCCB, its trip current may be fixed as well as adjustable for overload and magnetic settings. So these are the differences you can observe between the MCB and MCCB, and these are the different components we are having, right? And physically this is the LV circuit breaker, low voltage switch, off-load electrical isolator, HRC fuse, earth leakage circuit breaker, off-load electrical isolator, MCB and MCCB, right? Thank you.